Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Code Logic. So in this series, we are working on the task manager project. So in previous video, we have seen how to edit and delete the task. Now in this video, we are going to add the user, add category, and also we'll add functionality to add that new task. Okay. So yeah, without wasting any time, let's get started. So now let's get started with our first task, that is add new task. Okay. So for that, we'll add one button here. Okay. Now when user clicks on this button, right, we need to open the model. So for that, what we'll do is we'll copy the model which we have created in previous videos. Okay. So we'll go down here. Okay. So this is our models. So just a second, we'll minimize the code. Okay. So this is our navbar, and this is our buttons. These are the buttons. Okay. So now once user clicks on the add task, we'll open new uh, navbar. Okay. So for that, I will copy this model and paste it here. We'll add a comment, add task model. Okay. And we'll change the id to add task. We'll copy the id and we'll check how we have passed it inside a container. On click of this button, these are the attributes, right? So we'll copy these attributes, go here and we'll paste it and change the id. Okay. Now we'll go and check is it working or not. So once we click on the add, you can see these are the details which we are getting. Now what we want is here, we'll need the title, we'll need the description, we'll need the task status. Instead of this, we'll remove this flag task status. By default, we will keep it as in progress. Okay. Then we'll get the due date, and after that we'll get the user and category. Okay. So yeah. So we have the title here, we have the description. We'll remove the task status. Okay. We have a due date. Okay. After that, uh, we'll get the select tag for the user and the category. Okay. So we'll go here in form, we have created this, right? This is the select tag for the users, so we'll copy it as it is. We'll paste it here. Okay. We don't want this field set, so we'll remove it. And same thing, we'll need this category as well. Okay. So we'll copy the category and we'll paste it here. Okay. So now we have title, description, due date. Here we'll add tag. So users, category. Okay, now we'll create one form. Okay, to fill the data. Okay, so in edit we have created this form, right? uh, you can see here the form group, update task form, right? So similar kind of thing we'll do. Okay, we'll copy this thing, we'll go here in form, we'll add, instead of update form we'll create a new form. So we'll go here, so this is update form, right? So we'll copy it, paste it here, new task form, new task form. Okay, and on click of this we'll add one method, add, add new task. Okay, now here you can see the values we need to change, right? So for that we'll visit our edit tab. So here in edit model what we have done is we have added this form control, right? So we'll copy this, we'll change the name and task form, new task form. Okay, and once we click on this, right, add new task. So for that here add this method, type button, instead of button we'll type submit, and here we'll add create. Okay, and on click of this we'll call this method. Okay, add new task. Now we'll go here inside this method, and we'll add a logger statement, new task form dot value. Okay, let's see. So when we click on add, we'll add title, new task, new sample task. Okay, we'll select the user Bob, select category work. Okay, and we'll click on the create button. Okay, we have not got the data here. So we'll remove these buttons from here. Okay, and we'll add it inside the form. So now we'll add task. We got the debugger here, so we'll remove the, and now in console you can see we got the category id is completed flag. So here we'll keep the value by default as in progress. Okay. Now we have description, due date, id. We need to calculate the id. Okay. And new task and user id. Okay, so all the data is there. So now let's get started. So first thing, here the completed, by default we want to keep the value as false. Okay, so that's one thing. Now we need to calculate the user task id as well, right? So we'll write one method. So we'll write one method here, create new task, inside which we'll get the data task of type any. Okay, so but in this task we don't have id, right? So for that what we'll do is we copy this method, get all tasks for users. Okay, we'll paste it here. Just one thing, we'll remove this user id and category id. We'll need all the tasks. We'll remove this observable. Instead of observable we'll use promise here. Okay, now the url will remove this part. Okay, so this will be our url. So we'll cut this part and we'll use first value from. Okay, and we'll rename this method get all tasks. Okay, now here in create task we'll create one constant, tasks, get all tasks. Here we'll use sync. Okay, now task dot id equals to, we'll check task dot length is exactly equals to 0. If it is 0, then we'll pass id as 1. Otherwise what we'll do is math dot max task dot map task of type any task dot id plus 1. Okay, as we have the data now, so what we'll do is we'll call the actual url. Okay, so for that we'll use http dot post api url plus to do's task. Okay, so we also return promise here. So return await first value from, pass this url. Okay, so this is our method create new task. So we'll go to our dashboard component.ts file. Here we'll call that method. So task service dot create new task, new task form dot value dot then. So earlier we used to return the observable. At that time we used to call the method subscribe, but now as we are returning the promise we'll call then method. Okay, then data of type any. So we'll just log the data and we call get all tasks. Now we'll click on the add task. Okay, we'll click on the create. Okay, uh, yeah. we got the debugger. Okay, so now it is saying that the when we click on the get all task, right, it is saying that selected category id or the user id is empty, right? So we need to set these values. Okay, so we go to our code. Now here we got the data, right? So now what we'll do is, before calling get all task, right, so we'll do selected category id equals to result dot category id and user id, not result, it should be data dot user id. Okay, so let's see. Now we'll click on the add. So we'll go to the console and we'll create. Now I will check. Yeah, the category id is selected and the user also selected. Okay, so here you can see the task is created, but it is in a completed task. Okay, so let me check again. We'll go to our code here. We'll remove the single quote from here. Okay, now we'll see add task, create. Okay, you can see here prepare nice dinner. Okay, yeah. So now what we'll do, we'll work on the additional functionality for the add user and add category. So same thing, when we click on the add a user, right, the pop-up will open, inside which we just have to pass the name. Okay, so we'll create the name, create the user for the particular name, and for category as well, we'll open the new pop-up, and inside which we'll ask the details for the category. Okay, so let's start work on that. So same thing, we need, we'll copy this. Okay, we'll paste it here, model. So this will be a add user, we'll copy the id, we'll copy these fields. Okay, we'll pass it here, add user, add category. Okay, now here we don't want anything else, so we'll remove the fields. Okay, add user, add new user, name. Okay, so form control name will use as a name. Okay, and I will change the form value, new user form. Okay, go to the dashboard component.ts file. Here we'll create form. Okay, copy this code, paste it here. We'll use ID and name. Okay. Same thing we'll do for the category. New category form. We'll declare it here. Okay. Add new user. So we'll call this method here. Define one method here. Firstly, we want to check if the user with the same name already exists or not. Okay, so for that, what we'll do is we have all the users inside our array. Okay, this users array. Okay, so we'll go here. If users dot sum user dot name user form dot value dot name. Okay, now we'll raise alert. User with same name already exists, and we'll return from here. Otherwise, what we'll do, we'll call method to add new user. Okay, so we'll go to the task service. Here we'll create one method, add new user. Okay, return http.post any API URL plus users. So for the user, we need to check what is the URL. It is users. Okay, so users, we'll pass the user. Okay. Now dashboard component.ts file. So firstly, we need to assign that user ID, right? So for that, I will go to the task service. Here you see we have done this. Okay, so we will copy this code, we'll paste it here. Now here user form dot id. Okay, user form dot id. Pass user ID here. Okay, so here this will be users dot length, just dot length user user dot id. Okay, once that is done, we'll call the method task service dot add new user, and we'll pass new user form dot value. Okay, and we'll click on subscribe. We'll get the result, and once we got the result, right, we'll call enjoin in method. We'll click on the add user, and we'll open the developers window. We'll add one name, B, add user. Okay, and console. There is one error, must supply a value for form control with a name. Okay, we'll go to our code. We'll remove this line from here. In add new user, we'll add one more variable, user ID. Okay, and we'll go to the task service. Here we'll add one more variable, user ID of type number. Now user.id equals to number. So we'll click on add user, add new user. On console we don't have any error. Okay, so let's check. Okay, you can see the new user is added. Okay, so same thing we'll do for the category. So we'll go to the dashboard component.html file. We'll copy this code, paste it here, change the method name, add new category, new category form, add category. Okay, we'll copy this method name, we'll define it here. Now we have copied all the code from add new user. Okay, now here we'll check this dot categories dot category. Category new category form dot value name. Okay, and here we'll add category with the same name already exists and will return from here. Now we'll calculate new category ID. If categories dot length is exactly equals 0, then we'll return 1, otherwise we'll map and we'll pass this category ID here. Okay, and we'll define one method here, add new category. Okay, so we'll go to the task service. We'll change the URL category. We'll check once again, it is the URL categories. Okay, we'll copy this. Okay, so currently we have 4 categories: work, personal, health and hobbies. We'll add one more category. Okay, on click of this we are not getting that form, right? So for that we'll go to the HTML file. Okay, so we'll change the ID. Instead of add user, it should be add category. So we'll copy this, we'll paste it here. Okay, We got here, but we need to change this name. But firstly we'll test the functionality. So category name we want to add is exercise. Okay, we'll check. Okay, we'll open the developers window. We'll refresh the page. Categories. Okay, we have added that ID, but uh, the name was not present. Okay, so let's go to our code. Okay, so here instead of passing the category form, right, we have passed the new users form. So we'll copy this and paste it in. Now let's check. We'll add one more category here. Okay, the category is added. Users category. Okay, we'll go to the HTML file. Here we'll rename form model name, add new user, and here it should be add new task. Add new, not task, catalog category. Okay, let's go and check again. Task details, add new user, add new category. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and from the next video we'll create the backend for it. As of now we have not created the backend, we have just created the db.json file, right? So from the next video onwards we'll create the backend, and we'll mark this project as a full stack project. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day.